'cause I know I'm a winner. Knock me down, I'll just get up again. You've met your match, yeah, I'm no beginner. Pokemon, gotta get them all.
Hello guys, this is FortDefender and welcome back to yet another Pokemon video. Today we're going to be going over something that I've been thinking about for a while, and that is what would my Gen exclusive team be for each region if I was doing a playthrough and wanting to challenge the champion. And this really got me thinking because of Generation 9. When I played Generation 9, I used only Gen 9 Pokemon as my team to challenge the champion because I thought it might be kind of cool to use only new Pokemon to do it. And then I'm like looking back at other generations now, and I'm like, what would my team be if I said I could only pick Pokemon from that generation? And Gen 1, of course, you only have Gen 1 to choose from, and Gen 2, you only have Gen 2 to choose from. So that's the way I'm doing it. I'm not including ones that are all in that generation in the Pokédex. I'm saying only from that new generation. They would have to be the new Pokemon introduced that had never been seen before. And so the list that I came up here, I came up with a lot of lists here. So we're going to start with Gen 1 through 4, and then I'll probably have another part, which is 5 through 9. But first, I want to go through these, and part of it that I did for my Gen 9 was being good competitively to battle gyms and battle the Elite Four, and part of it was because I think this Pokemon's cool and I really want to use it, like Flamigo. I think it's cool, so I wanted to use it. So that's kind of what these teams are. I tried to keep them balanced as much as I would in a playthrough, but we're going to have, first off on this list, Blastoise would be my starter, because I just really like Blastoise. Even though I chose Bulbasaur every time I played, it would be Blastoise here. Magneton, I think, is also a really cool Pokemon, and, there would be no Steel type, but I actually did use Magneton in my playthrough, I believe. Ditto, if I could find it. Ditto would be really fun to use. I know it's not the best choice. It's a little hard to use in Generation 1, but I still think Ditto is a really cool and unique Pokemon. Then Zapdos, and don't get me wrong, you can catch Zapdos at the power plant. So I'm almost 100% sure that's before the Elite Four. So I would like to use Zapdos on my team. Next one would be Gyarados, just because I think Gyarados is a really cool Pokemon, and I'm trying to balance things out a little bit with the huge ground weakness. Well, yeah, because I think does Zapdos get hit by ground? I'm not entirely sure. And then we would have Gengar, just because that's the only ghost type I can pick, and I really like Gengar. So that would be my team to challenge the Elite Four with if I were to play Generation 1 again and I applied the same rules I did in Generation 9. For Generation 2, I would choose Totodile as my starter just because of the whole playthrough and the Nuzlocke. I really like Totodile now, so Feraligatr would be part of my team. Sudowoodo, also a really cool Pokemon that you can catch by chopping down the tree, but then it's really just a Sudowoodo you get to encounter. I never had a Fortress. That would be really fun to play with, I think, and really cool. I really want to use one in a playthrough. I never have. I've seen them, but I've never used it, so I think that would be pretty neat to do, and I think it's a cool Pokemon. Tyranitar, if I was able to get one of those, just because it's dark, and dark is cool, so I would want to do that. Tyranitar is a cool Pokemon. Slowking, because, I kind of wanted a Psychic type, but I didn't really know, a good one. And Slowking's a pretty unique Pokemon. If I was able to get it, that'd be fun to have on my team, just because of how kind of rare it is to have. And then I would also want to have a Crobat, if possible, just because, I guess it introduces the whole friendship mechanic, but that also makes it a little bit more special because it was harder to get. And I kind of like the Zubat line. Crobat's my favorite of the Zubat line, but I would not be opposed to having a Crobat on my team. So that would be my Generation 2 team to challenge the champion in the generation. Alright guys, for Generation 3, of course we would choose Mudkip, and Swampert would be a part of my team because this is what I did when I played Generation 3. Shedinja would also be a part of my team because it was part of my team when I played through, and I thought it was really cool. I really would have liked to have Flygon on the team. I did not have that. That would have been fun to use. Same with Metagross. I wish I would have taken in the time to get a Beldum and level it up to have a Metagross. I think that would have been a really cool part of the team. I've never used an Altaria that I can recall on any team ever, so I think that would also be fun to use. And Manectric is a really fun Pokemon, in my opinion, to use, and it just looks really cool. I think Mega Manectric is the one that did that for me, made me like Manectric in general. But those are just some cool Pokemon, some that I've already used, some I have never used. But I think that would be my team in Gen 3 if I had to pick a specific team of new Pokemon we're playing through. As for Generation 4, I would actually ditch the starter completely because I don't really like any of the starters from the generation, so I just box that and go to Luxray right off the bat because I did have one of these on my team, and I think Luxray is really cool. Another one would be Drifblim, which I did use as well, and I would have liked to get a Garchomp and leveled it up. Well, a Gibble to get a Garchomp and level it up, because I didn't have one of those. Same with Riolu to have Lucario. I really wish I would have put in the effort to get one of those cool Lucarios on my team and have it really be worth it. Abomasnow also would have been nice. You know, this is a little bit of type coverage, but I do like Abomasnow as a Pokemon, and I think it'd be pretty neat to try it out. And my last one would probably be Togekiss. Again, one that takes a lot of effort to have and use, because Togepi is really hard to level up without rare candies. But I would really like to have these on my team if I were to play Gen 4 again, and I think it would really enhance the experience by putting in the extra effort to get some of those Pokemon, and maybe it would make me like them even more, like it did for Generation 9. I like those Pokemon even more now that I chose those for my team, and I made sure to specifically level them up, train them so that they stayed on my team, and I didn't replace them with any other Pokemon. But guys, that's going to be Gen 1 through 4 real quick. So now you got a good feel for it. We're going to go through 5 through 9 in the next one. But hope you enjoyed so far. If you did, I really appreciate if you hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, guys, I'll see ya in the next one.